Oh, it did? They did drop the story? Oh, boy. Now I gotta get a... Oh, Da-da-da-dum, da-da-dum-dum. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. Verifying this device. There we go. Hold on one second. Here's the drop. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing. It's a fake thing. Okay. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday. Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album. Now, they were still friends at this point. That's the story, right? Hold on, I'm going to blow this up. Close it. Let's see. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006 are among the documents examined by Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who have reviewed the pages. It's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration's recent review. I guess not. Or it may be exactly why you're not seeing it. The president's past relationship with Epstein is at a sensitive moment. Sure. The Justice Department documents, the so-called Epstein files, or who or what is in them, are at the center of a storm consuming the Trump administration. On Wednesday, after angry comments about how the files were a hoax created by Democrats, Trump lashed out at his own supporters for refusing to let the matter go. The letter, bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is bawdy, like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret." Yipes! Another wonderful secret. That Michael Wolff, guess what, asshole? You got a new title for your next book. In an interview with the Journal on Tuesday evening, Trump denied writing the letter on drawing the pictures. "This is not me. This is a fake thing. It's a fake Wall Street Journal story," he said. "I never wrote a picture in my life. I don't draw pictures of women. It's not my language. It's not my words." He told the Journal he was preparing to file a lawsuit if it published an article. "I'm going to sue the Wall Street Journal just like I sued everyone else." Allegations that Epstein had been sexually abusing girls became public in 2006. He was arrested later that year. By the way, anybody pretending being around him as long as Trump did, not knowing that, is just fucking bullshit. All right. Epstein died in 2019 in jail, we think, after he was arrested a second time and charged with sex trafficking and conspiracy. Justice Department officials didn't respond to requests for comment or address questions about whether the Trump page or other pages of the birthday album were part of the agency's recent document review. FBI declined to comment. So Bongholio, Patel aren't rushing out to defend the president, say, hey, this wasn't in there. The existence of the album and the contents of the birthday pictures haven't been previously reported. The album had poems, photos, greetings from business people, academics, Epstein's former girlfriends, and childhood pals, according to the documents reviewed by the Journal. People familiar with them. Among those who submitted letters were billionaire Les Wexner, attorney Alan Dershowitz. The album also contained a letter from now-deceased Harvard economist, one of Epstein's report cards from Mark Twain Junior High School in Brooklyn, and a note from a former assistant that included an acrostic with Jeffrey Epstein's name. "Jeffrey, oh Jeffrey, everyone loves you. Fun in the sun, fun just for fun. Remember, don't forget me soon. Epstein, you rock. You are the best." Epstein was Wexner's movie money manager at the time. Yeah, he gave him power of attorney. The longtime leader of Victoria's Secret wrote a short message that said, I want to get you what you want, so here it is. After the text was a line drawing of what appeared to be a woman's breasts. Wexner declined to comment through a spokesman. Wexner's spokesman previously told the Journal that the retail mogul severed all ties with Epstein in 2007 and never spoke with him again. Dershowitz's letter included a mock-up of a Vanity Unfair magazine cover with mock headlines such as, "Who was Jack the Ripper? Who was it Jeffrey Epstein?" Always defending him. He joked that he had convinced the magazine to change the focus of an article from Epstein to Bill Clinton. Dershowitz, who represented Epstein after his first arrest, said, "It's been a long time. I don't recall the content of what I may have written." Oh, The book was put together by a New York City bookbinder, Herbert Weitz. According to people who were involved in the process, Weitz, who died in 2020, listed Epstein as a client on his website in 2003. It isn't clear how the letter with Trump's signature was prepared. Inside the outline of the naked woman was a typewritten note styled as an imaginary conversation between Trump and Epstein, written in the third person voiceover. There must be more to life than having everything, the note began. Donald, yes, there is, but I won't tell you what it is. Jeffrey, nor will I, since I know what it is. We have certain things in common, Jeffrey. Yes, we do, come to think of it. Enigmas never age. Have you noticed that? As a matter of fact, it was clear to me the last time I saw you. A pal is a wonderful thing. Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret. Jeffrey enjoys his social life, right? But this, I got to tell you, that's not as bad as the actual quote that he gave about Epstein liking his social life. Like this bit. He turned 50. Epstein was already wealthy from managing Wexner's fortune, was socializing with Trump, Clinton, and other powerful people at his Manhattan townhouse, Palm Beach, Florida home, and private Caribbean island. A spokesman for Clinton referred to a 2019 statement that former President Clinton had cut off ties more than a decade before Epstein's second arrest and didn't know about Epstein's alleged crimes. Now, again, hinky as all this shit is. So 2003, 2006, right? So 1996 would be when, Clinton stopped talking to him, right? And I know he went to the Clinton White House a few times. I want to know what the last time he went to the White House was, right? Because it might have been that the FBI or somebody came to him and went, oh, hey, by the way. That's entirely possible. Not ruling that out. But I will say it was, obviously his behavior continued and got worse after that point, and Trump still hung out with him. So I would be curious about that date, wouldn't you? I would like to know the last time he went to the White House and what was the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay. And again, if it turns out Clinton was engaged in this shit, fuck him. I don't care. All right. Epstein and Trump spent time together in the 90s and early 2000s, were photographed at social events, including Maxwell and Melania Trump when she was Melania Klaus. A 1992 tape from NBC Archives shows them partying at Mar-a-Lago. We saw that. Trump is seen pulling a woman toward him, patting her behind. Trump, along with others, including Clinton, also appeared several times on flight logs. A 2002 New York Magazine profile of Epstein quoted Trump, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy." 2002. 2002. He's known him since, at that point, known him since 1986. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. He's known him since 1986. When I was in high school, when I was a sophomore, they became friends. No relation. I wasn't the impetus, obviously. I couldn't hook up anybody, much less billionaires. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. Really? Who says that? And many of them are on the younger side of 18. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. It's this last line always struck me as like one of those lines they write for lifestyles and the rich and famous. No doubt about it, Jeffrey enjoys his social life. You know what I mean? Both men said that they subsequently had a falling out. Trump has said their friendship ended before Epstein pleaded guilty to procuring a minor for prostitution in 2008, served time in a Florida jail, and a registered sex offender. When Epstein was arrested again in 2019, Trump said he hadn't talked to Epstein for about 15 years. I knew him like everybody in Palm Beach knew him. Trump said in Oval Office, I wasn't a fan of his. This I can tell you. Now, the story that's in the book that says that they had a falling out about a girl at Mar-a-Lago, that Trump says that Epstein hit on somebody there and Trump threw him out for, and again, they recruited Virginia Giuffre from the spa there, so he didn't give a shit about the help. He didn't give a shit about the local girls. It was that it was a member's daughter that was allegedly this. So even the story that's a lie is a fucking terrible lie. It doesn't help his case at all. But it was about a real estate deal. Period. And it was before that. So the idea was like, no, I didn't stop being friends with him about a real estate deal, a long time before that. I waited a few more years and then got pissed because he hit on a young girl at Mar-a-Lago when he didn't give a shit about the girls that were going there from the high school. They were like 3 times a day. This motherfucker didn't know. Whatever. Okay. So Trump spokeswoman told the Journal in 2023 that Trump had banned Epstein from his Mar-a-Lago club at some point in the past without elaborating, right? Because they all know that story about the girl, that there is a lie. And I'm sure after the conviction, or after he pleaded guilty, banned him from Mar-a-Lago. They still hung out. They still flew on the planes together. You can't come to the club anymore, dude. I can't let you in there. People, he banned him from the club. Yeah. By what? Calling him up and saying, dude, just don't come to the club anymore. Yeah. No, we'll hang out in Paris. Maxwell, a British socialite, was convicted in 2021 of helping, who was president when she was convicted? Weird. Okay. Of helping Epstein's sex trafficking, sentenced to 20 years in prison. Hey, who was it a Democrat or a Republican who was in charge when she got 20 years in fucking prison for being a part of this? Weird. Maxwell didn't respond to a letter requesting an interview sent to her in prison. Arthur Aidala, an attorney representing Maxwell in her appeal, said at this point she's focused on her case before the Supreme Court of the United States. Right. This is his whole like...
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking... We have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep?
Yeah, and largely thanks to you, asshole. The FBI's Epstein files. Okay, Epstein's association with Trump's and many powerful people have been well documented. There remain questions about what the FBI possesses. I don't normally read articles like this on the show, but this just broke. This just dropped. So forgive me, because I'm reading this with you. Have been well documented. There remain questions about what the FBI possesses about Epstein and his well-connected friends. In 2019, the FBI confiscated evidence from Epstein's properties in the U.S. Virgin Islands and New York. Right. In what year? 2019. The FBI confiscated evidence. Who was president when the evidence was confiscated? What happened? What's the chain of custody on that evidence? Huh? If anything's missing, wouldn't the first suspicion be about who the fuck actually was running things when the evidence was gathered? Yeah? All right. Earlier Tuesday, after the Journal sought comment from the president about the letter, Trump told reporters at the White House that he believes some Epstein files were made up by former Presidents Barack Obama and Joe Biden and former FBI Director James Comey. He said that releasing any more Epstein files would be up to Attorney General Pam Bondi. Whatever she thinks is credible, she should release. He also said in the same interview, by the way, and I don't know why nobody points this out, that all the credible evidence has been released. Right? Specifically. He says she should release all the credible stuff, but it's all the credible stuff has been released, meaning there's nothing else to release. Like it's so fucking lame. All right, anyways. Allegations that bureaucrats covered up Epstein's connections with participants in his trafficking scheme were fanned by people now in top roles in the Trump administration, including FBI Director Kash Patel and his deputy Dan Bongino. By the way, I know Bongholio is watching this instead of working, which is probably better for America. And I know Kash Patel will probably see this, and I'll probably end up with my own file. But for the record, next time you talk to Trump, ask him a question for me. I have a question. And if I was in the press corps, I would ask this question. Why would the Democrats make up evidence about him and not release it? Why would they fake evidence and not put it out there? Why would they concoct all this stuff and then not release it about him? How the fuck does that make any sense? Also, every time Trump says this is like the Steele dossier, everybody starts to think, oh, holy shit, the Steele dossier must be true too. Asshole. Oh boy. Oh, wait. Okay. So, if I may, don't play anything. Thank you. What is that? Stop. Okay, hold on. Let's see. In June 2024, Trump was asked in a Fox News interview whether he would release the Epstein files. We saw this. He goes, yeah, I would. But he also expressed some reservations. You don't want to affect people's lives if it's phony stuff in there, because there's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world, but I think I would. There's a lot of phony stuff with that whole world. Soon after she was confirmed as Attorney General, Bondi said she was preparing to release these. The phase one, we saw this stuff. She made all these people look like absolute assholes, which, too late. Bondi initially blamed the FBI's New York office for withholding information, promised to release the remaining documents, which apparently there aren't any, so she owes them an apology. After redacting the victims' names, Patel also said there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, and no stone left unturned. So, basically, if there's nothing else to show, then you guys should grovel at the feet of SDNY and, I guess, apologize to everybody you maligned. Yeah, I agree. Grace, the Steele dossier is true. But it's like the alignment of it isn't creating the distance, between the ideas that he thinks it is. Okay, there will be no cover-ups. No, they tasked hundreds of FBI employees to review the materials and prepare them for release. Okay, no, they did not. I don't believe you. There is no fucking way. Why would you? First of all, how do you even task hundreds of people to look at shit that doesn't exist? Explain that to me. The issue took on new life in June when Elon Musk and a public feud with Trump said truth will come out. He later deleted the message. On July 7th, the Justice Department backtracked on Bondi's pledge to release more Epstein files. The Justice Department said that after an exhaustive review, it just exhausted. It had no incriminating client list or additional documents that warrant public disclosure. That's very telling. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee demanded this week that Republican Chairman Jim Jordan hold hearings on the Trump administration's handling of the Epstein files, and if necessary, subpoena Bondi, Patel, and Bongholio. I agree. They all need to sit down and explain how there just isn't a there. At a cabinet meeting on July 8th, Trump criticized a reporter for asking about Epstein. Are you still talking about this guy? This is unbelievable. You want to waste the time? By the way, in the same interview, he also talked about the fucking gold leafing he wanted to put on the ceiling and told another apocryphal bullshit story or two. Like, he rambled several times. Like, dude, if that's not wasting time, this certainly isn't. She just dropped the fucking memo on Sunday. It was Tuesday or Wednesday. The same day, Musk wrote, how can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files? Okay, this is the article that dropped today. That's the whole of it. Okay. So they've seen this letter that he wrote to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday, where he signed Donald where the woman's bush would be. Fucking adorable. Well, let me show you something. All right. If you could follow up with this, by the way, hit that like, share the show. It's Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. Patreon.com/Hal Sparks. Context.